If you want to win some free PSN or Xbox gift cards, all you gotta do is be subscribed to my channel, drop a like on this video, leave a comment down below, and don't forget to turn on notifications. Also, if you guys want to get your hands on some cheap Master Prestige accounts for any Call of Duty games, check out DigiZani. The link will be down in the description, and make sure to use code GOBLIN. Yo, what is up guys? It's the Goblin, and welcome back to another Call of Duty video. In today's video, we are going to be talking about Black Ops 4, or the next Call of Duty game after World War II. So hopefully you guys will enjoy this video. If you guys can, drop a like on this thing. Let's go for 2,000 likes. I'd really appreciate it if everyone could smack that like button, as well as subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. Now, I know a lot of people are going to say, World War II, we only had the beta. The game's not even out yet. So why are you talking about the next Call of Duty? And we're talking about Treyarch's COD after World War II, which is Sledgehammer's COD, which is coming out here in a couple of months. But that is because we had our first little info here, and to be honest, it's some pretty promising info and some stuff that got me pretty hyped. I saw some other people talking about it, so I wanted to get my thoughts and concerns and all that stuff out right now. So we did have our first ever info for the next Call of Duty game, which would be 2018's Call of Duty officially from Treyarch, because basically, you know, that's how the life cycle goes. Now, Call of Duty has a very unique way of doing their games, which is that they release every single year pretty much around the same day at the start of November, around the first week of November, somewhere around there. And how they do it is they do it every single year, but they have 3 different companies under Activision that take turns on a 3-year cycle. Of course, the first company would be Infinity Ward, which did the Modern Warfare's, Call of Duty Ghost, Infinite Warfare. Then the other one was Treyarch, which did World at War, which did the whole Black Ops series, Black Ops 1, 2, and 3. And then recently, starting in AW, they added in Sledgehammer Games, who did AW, and now are working on World War II. So they're the more newer one, and they were sort of added in to help. Before that, it was the life cycle was just 2 years, and they would cycle back and forth. Now it's 3 years, giving them a little bit more time. So it's kind of a unique situation. But basically, the first info that we have about, so this year's COD was Infinity Ward, and that was Infinite Warfare, kind of a tongue twister there. And then we have World War II Sledgehammer coming out very soon. And then next one is, of course, going to be Treyarch's turn because of how the life cycle goes. Now, this first bit of info that came out, I'll read it out for you guys if you guys haven't heard it from another source or anything like that. It says, Treyarch job listing possibly suggests that they're working on a modern era Call of Duty game for 2018. So it'll be a modern era Call of Duty game, and this is why. They basically posted a job listing. They want someone to come and get this job at Treyarch for a system designer combat. Now, what they said on this thing is that you'll really get their attention if you have combat design experience on a AAA competitive shooter. Of course, you need job experience to work for Treyarch because they're pretty high up their company. Previous design experience owning entire categories of gameplay content, both at the moment-to-moment and systems level. And then the next two are what's really interesting. It says deep knowledge base of firearms and modern military technology. Now, that pretty much says modern. I mean, they wouldn't say that if the next COD that they're working on wasn't going to be modern. Pretty much that's what's giving it away here, and that's what everyone's getting excited for. And when I first saw this, I got pretty excited. Of course, it's just our first little info, but it gives you that glimmer of hope to look for the future, which is really awesome. And the next point is really interesting as well. It says Prestige 1 or above in Black Ops 3 multiplayer. And this, to me, some people say, oh, they're just joking around, but of course this is real. This is a job offer for a high up their position. They want someone that actually knows Call of Duty. And in my opinion, what I got from this is that they didn't say someone that just plays Call of Duty games. They said Prestige 1 or above in Black Ops 3 multiplayer, which kind of suggests to me that maybe they're continuing this Black Ops series, and that's what I want to talk about. First, we'll talk about the modern aspect. This is awesome. I think Modern Warfare, of course, is the modern series, and that was done by Infinity Ward, but modern era Call of Duty games have always gotten me excited, and I've loved all of them. Treyarch has been known for doing the past, for doing the future, BO2, BO3, and I think now that we're getting the past again with World War II, if the next one was to be a modern with a fast-paced system, probably boots on the ground, because all the games that are futuristic are the Jetpack Call of Duty games are all in the future. If it was modern, they'd of course probably most likely would be boots on the ground, and I think this would be absolutely amazing to see from Treyarch, and so 100% plus on the modern. It's interesting. I want to know your guys' thoughts. Would you be happy if it was a modern Call of Duty game? Were you looking for something more futuristic again, or more into the past? Of course, we're getting the past fulfilled by World War II this year, and hopefully that goes all well. But that definitely got me excited. The other thing that got me excited is I really hope it's going to be Black Ops 4. Now, there's a lot of reasonings of why it will be Black Ops 4, and there's some reasonings of why it won't be Black Ops 4. No series in Call of Duty so far has gone above a trilogy. Of course, there's the two most notable ones, Modern Warfare 1, Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 3, and then there was Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2, and Black Ops 3. Those are the two most notable. If you talk about Call of Duty multiplayer or just Call of Duty games in general, those are the most notable series by Treyarch and Infinity Ward, and just in Call of Duty overall. So basically, that's what leads you to believe there won't be a fourth one. However, if you think about these guys being a company and Treyarch being a very smart company, and of course Activision backing them, Modern Warfare, Infinity Ward was on a roll. Infinity Ward was debatably the best developer back in the day when they had Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 3. Those were 3 smashes in a row. And when they kind of started going down on the list as the top developers is when they stopped doing what they were known for, which was the Modern Warfare. They went over and did Call of Duty Ghost, which was not the most popular Call of Duty. It wasn't the worst, but it wasn't the best Call of Duty. And now they've done Infinite Warfare, which everyone knows that the big meme behind Infinite Warfare, 2 million dislikes or whatever. Probably one of the most hated Call of Duty games. I personally think it's not that bad of a game. I think people just got so mad off their first impression that they didn't really give it a fair chance. And that's what I would say about that. Of course, there's also problems with the game, like a ton, like the leaderboards were out. The game was completely unfinished, so that definitely was a problem. But as far as the gameplay aspect, I didn't think it was that bad. So that's why I think that if Treyarch wants to continue on their reign, doing this modern and calling it Black Ops 4 would, number one, drive an insane amount of sales. Everyone knows the Black Ops series and they love it. It's one of the most selling series. If they did Black Ops 4, that would incentivize people, and people go off first impressions of when the game is announced. When people heard World War II, they were excited. When people heard Infinite Warfare, they were mad. So that's what I mean. If the first impression is Call of Duty Black Ops 4, automatically everyone is going into it with an open mind and very excited for the next COD, and that's why I think it would be the smart decision to do that. Now, is 4 of the same Call of Duty games too much? Not in my opinion. I personally think that a title is just a title, man. What really matters is how the game plays, how the multiplayer, how the campaign, and how the zombies and whatever else they add into it really plays out. And I think that if it was to be in modern era, it would be really awesome. Now, it's going to be interesting because all of the modern games have been done by Infinity Ward, and of course Treyarch did Black Ops 2, which was based in 2025, which is kind of modern now. At the time, it was in 2012 when that came out, so it was 13 years into the future. But now, if we're looking at it here, we're 2017, about to be into 2018. That's only 7 or 8 years away, so it was kind of futuristic modern. I think that if they did that same thing, or how a modern Treyarch game would look, is I think a modern Treyarch game would look very, very similar to how Black Ops 2 looked, and that's just my opinion. Of course, that one people are going to say it was in the future, but like I said, it was only by a couple of years, and that's why I think that this could be a very, very good Call of Duty game, and that's what I'm hoping. Another thing I want to mention here is that some people are, I kind of want your guys' opinion. This job offer, of course, they know that people are going to be looking into this, or I don't know if they know for sure, but they know there's a chance. So, of course, by putting that out there, they know that this could get leaked and that this could be something that people are talking about, which it actually came true, and now people are talking about that. So I think that they did this on purpose. I think that they know that a modern Call of Duty game would get people excited. It has in the past so far, and I think that they knew by putting this out, not necessarily they were putting this out as info, but they knew that when they put this out, there was a chance that, you know, websites, blogs, Reddit, Twitter, YouTubers would pick it up and run with it as info, and that's sort of something that they do tactfully, and I think some of that is, you know, them leaking their own stuff. You see it with, like, now we're having a PC beta for World War II. Now, the thing is, did they really clear out all the files, and are people not going to be able to data mine from the PC beta? That's basically why the PC beta didn't come out when the other ones did, because in the past, like Black Ops 3's beta, Infinite Warfare, people on PC, data miners they're called, were able to get every info about the game. So now it's going to be interesting if they actually covered up those files, or if some things are magically going to leak around the time of this World War II beta, and that leads me to believe it would have been set up by them, or at least with the knowledge of them. But that's something completely different. Let me know what you guys think. What are you guys thinking for the next Call of Duty game after World War II? Do you think that modern era would be absolutely awesome? How would you like the movement system to be? And do you think the game should be called Black Ops 4? or should it be called something else? Me personally, like I said, the title is just a title, but Black Ops 4 gets that hype up, and that's what I would love to see. If I saw Black Ops 4 was announced, automatically I'm getting super excited. I think a lot of you guys would share that with me because of how much I enjoyed Black Ops 3, Black Ops 2, and Black Ops 1. I loved all those games, much like I love the Modern Warfare series. Probably those are my 2 favorite series in the game, and it's very, very hard to pick a favorite one. So anyway, hopefully you guys did enjoy today's video. Drop a like on this. Let's go for 2,000 likes. Sub for Cookie and No Licky, and I'm out. Peace. Have a great night.